pickdogs.com. Here with Costi and Jay. Bright and early on a Tuesday. Decent card yesterday. We had a couple great college basketball games. NHL was interesting throughout the day, but now we get back to a traditional schedule. Bunch of nighttime games. Still a pretty solid college hoops card today. Obviously a better card than yesterday, but Costi, how's it going?
Going well, man. I was all over Virginia Tech yesterday. Swept the board on the Telegram plays. I did push on Corpus Christi at 11, but then, as Jay and myself talked about earlier on the show yesterday, all those sharp chasers on Houston thinking they could get away with it. Iowa State came to ball. It was a good example of a team, like, you know how hard it is to play on the road at Houston. Yeah. They've been blowing everybody out. And they were never ahead in the second half, but there was a couple points there where it was like they were within 3, within 4, and Houston's defense is just insane. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you win the game or cover by 1 point. It still pays the same in your account. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, by 1 or 100, it still counts the same. Jay, how's it going?
It's going all right. 1-1 for me yesterday on the premium side. I lost with the Coyotes, man. I'm done trying to catch that fall at night, Chris. I'm done. I'm done. And to see they do it,
the Coyotes, man.
Yeah. They do it. They give you hope. That's the thing. They give you hope every game. They be up. They be winning. They be going into the third period with the lead. That's what be the killer. They be going into the third period with the lead, and in the third period, it just falls apart. So I lost with the Coyotes yesterday, but I did have Iowa State as my college hoops player of the day. Shout out them boys. Come on, man. Is Houston the better team? Yes. But to lay double digits on Iowa State, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, were there periods of time where it looked like Houston probably should have covered at home? Yes. But to lay double digits on Iowa State just didn't make sense to me. And they covered. So we'll see. Them boys will meet up again here soon. Iowa State might get them depending on where they play it at.
Yeah,
I mean, neutral court, right? Neutral court, that's a much closer game.
Yeah, well, that's if we see that in the Big 12 title game, it'll be, I think it's Indianapolis. I think it's in. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's see. Where's the Big 12 tournament?
Where is
they already beat them at Iowa State, so
yeah, it was their first loss of the season.
Oh no, it's going to be in Missouri, Kansas City.
I mean, they're very.
Froze.
Uh-oh. Eric forgot to pay the power bill again.
All right.
But no, I mean if that was the there we go. Costi back.
Yeah. Was I?
It's delayed. It's delayed, and you dipped out for a little bit.
I dipped out?
Yeah, like the
Is it on me, you think?
Potentially, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Well, that's how you solve everything. You turn it off, you turn it back on. But you know, if it's me, I don't mind seeing that as a Big 12 title game for sure. I mean, then that's very well what we could end up seeing. We'll have to see how it shakes out the rest of the way. But there we go. Here, we'll bring him back in.
My back?
Yep, you're good. It cut out as you were talking.
Mitch must be doing something. It's got to be Mitch.
Pulling the strings behind the scenes. It cut out as you were talking about that the title game or something like that. Your last point.
I lost it.
Oh, that's okay. I think you're talking about Houston and.
Oh well, Houston. You know, at Iowa State, they won at home.
Yeah.
At Houston, the spreads are always going to be inflated because how good they are at home. So on a neutral court, I think it's Houston 2.5. 3.5, you think?
4.5.
4.5?
Yeah, I think 4.5.
I don't know.
Because what was it when they faced off the first time? It was, I want to say it was.
I'll tell you right now.
I want to say it was Houston -6.
No. They were 1.5.
Oh, oh, wow. Okay, I was dead wrong. I thought that was a bigger line.
Houston was 1.5 on the road.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that's a big swing. Home, I don't know. That's a
yeah.
big swing. 9 points. Like I said, if it was 6 all day, I would have taken Houston.
Yeah.
But 9 is you have to be basically blowing them out, and they potentially can get a backdoor cover late in the game. But the game's relatively close at the end of the game in college basketball. Like a team that could shoot, a team that could play defense still. 9 points, you could get there a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I had a site that I use for home court advantage, and KenPom has it, but just see how strong. Because I don't know if it's worth an 11-point swing. I know it's. I mean, like I said, I know it's Houston at home, but it's like that. That's a little bit crazy. Let's see, Houston. And KenPom has their home court advantage at 3.2, so for an 11-point swing in the line, that's crazy. But oh boy. Anyways, if you guys got any questions in the comments for any of us, let us know. Pick Dog site messed up. If anybody's having problems with the site, let us know, and we'll either hit up the chat box in the comments, or we'll see if we can get a hold of Mitch or somebody behind the scenes. But yeah, if it's messing up, let us know, because obviously we want you guys to get your picks and stuff like that. So, but yeah, NHL yesterday was wild. I mean, I did not see a 9-goal third period in Minnesota. That game finished 10-7. Bunch of games were crazy yesterday, but it's like that sometimes. It's unfortunately how it breaks down sometimes, but that's all right. All right, well, what do you guys say we get into it? I mean, I don't know. I don't see any questions as of yet, so.
Can't talk NBA, so Jay's not as intrigued right now.
Yeah.
Thunder Buddies got it done last night, Jay.
Shit.
It's like he looked up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think of NBA questions, but I don't know if I have anything right now.
Here's an NBA question for you, Jay. Who's going to win the MVP this year?
I've answered that question extensively. Everybody knows who's
SGA.
gonna win. No.
He's got Jokic.
Jokic
No.
again?
No. I've switched.
Oh, he's got Luka.
Luka? Looks just like him, too.
Mama, there goes that man. Hold on, I got another one for y'all. Hold on.
Well, I like that.
That's a nice one.
It's a big box for a little man in there.
No. Hey, Kostek, I went for you too.
Come on, bro. Let me see it. That's what I'm talking about, man. There we go. There we go.
More action. Added them to the collection.
Love it.
Slowly but surely collecting. Got the GOAT.
Dirk was so good.
So
I watched him in his heyday all the time. So good.
Yep.
What's
We're
the
getting
next,
there.
What's the next Funko you want to get?
I don't know. I want like a CD Lamb. I don't think they have one yet, or they might. I want a CD Lamb one.
What
They don't.
about Parsons?
Yes, I got to get the part. They do have a Parsons one. I got to get that one, and I got to get a. They don't have one yet, but I want a Mavs Kyrie. Like I don't think they did an NBA for this year, or like they like a full release. They've only been kind of doing like singles. So we need to drop a Mavs Kyrie.
I think Parsons could play on the Mavericks right now at 6'2" at power forward. You know what it reminded me of that game was, you know, when you go out to like the schoolyard and you play and there's just like some old man that like doesn't have a lot of skill that you look at, but just like beats everybody up inside and just gets little layup buckets nonstop.
Yeah, the one guy at 6'2" and a bunch of kids that are 5'4".
Yeah, he's just so powerful.
Yes, I do, bro.
Goat.
Yes, I
The
do.
goat.
It's got the removable hairline too.
Oh,
Yep. I need more NBA ones. I got.
you're doing good. You're doing good.
I like it. Got those shells built quickly.
Chris just has the same setup over and over and over again.
Hey. I'm working on it. Might be in a new location soon, so.
Even better.
All right, let's see here. Yeah. Let's just move into college hoops.
Let's do it.
I don't even know what else we can talk about. We're trying to. Yeah, see,
Well, there's champions. You guys don't do soccer, right? You guys don't watch soccer?
I do.
Champions League is awesome.
Yeah,
just mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean,
How about the Daytona yesterday? That was awesome.
Not big into it, man.
Yeah,
Never have.
I've never been in. I've tried to get into NASCAR. I was into it when COVID happened, and it was like,
I'm not really into it either. But the older I get, the more and more I appreciate what they are doing. Like,
yeah,
flying that goddamn fast, bumper to bumper with like, you know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
Have you been to one live?
Mm-mm.
I've heard it's like really, really fun. I guess it's culturally for like me in Baltimore, Maryland. Like I'm 5 minutes away from Pimlico, which is where they run the Preakness. So we grew up with horse racing here. So for as long as I can remember, since I was like 8 or 9 years old, like even before I was of age, I would go over to the horse track and bet on horses. So that's how I got really integrated into this lifestyle early on. Same with Eric, but that's like huge here. So like Preakness is a huge event, kind of like the Daytona, where you go on the infield and you party and you bet on horses, and it's a huge event. It's literally the Preakness for people that are not from here. It's literally in the worst part of the ghetto in Baltimore you could think of. And then they bring in these, mega superstars that are coming in to watch the Preakness, and it's like literally smack down in the middle of the ghetto, this track. It's pretty funny. But still going every year. Still a big event.
Costi, who's your favorite to win the Champions League at this point?
From what I'm seeing right now, Man City.
I was going to say it has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean they just have it at all levels, and they're
Liverpool.
It's like these teams, like their backups would start on any other team, especially like Man City. I mean, they're backups. Like a guy I was watching last game, and who got hurt? I can't remember his name now. Grealish. Grealish got hurt for Man City. Went out and they bring in this guy that his name's Doku, who's like this really short.
Doku, yeah.
Jeremy Doku. That's the guy that comes in, right? And then they have Holland up top. They have so many guys.
When you can bring De Bruyne off the bench, it's like,
and he's healthy now. De Bruyne's healthy, dude. He's
Yeah.
unbelievable. De Bruyne's always been good. It's upsetting that Belgium never won the World Cup.
Yeah.
When those crazy with like Lukaku and De Bruyne and Hazard and the other Hazard,
Yeah.
and their goalie was Courtois. Like they had it all, and they had a super team. But no, the World Cup's coming here. It's coming to the States, 2026.
Yeah, it's Canada, U.S., and Mexico. I know we're gonna have a couple games here. In
The
Toronto.
finals in MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford.
It should have been in the city, man. You know, it should have been in the city.
Well, you guys have it. You guys have some.
Now we got a ton of games, and we got the semifinals, but they should have had the finals in the city.
Well, that just means you got to make a trip. You got to make a trip to New York for a weekend.
Fuck man, no. I'm good. I'm gonna watch it right here in the city.
Yeah.
I gotta find a way to try to make some money.
Not after your little Liverpool comment. Oh, Liverpool.
You got to make some money off what?
Off all the tourists that are going to be in the city. You know, you got to try to scheme up some ways to make some money off.
You could be Jay. You could be like the Squeegee Boys. Do you guys have Squeegee Boys in Texas?
What are Squeegee Boys?
So they're the guys that when you pull up to a light, they clean your windshield, and they like if you say no, they still clean your windshield, and then they might shoot you. They might pull you out of the car. They might do a lot of things.
Okay, we don't have Squeegee Boys. We have Water Boys. So instead of squeegee, like instead of telling they're squeegee, they're just selling it. They're trying to sell you like water and Gatorade. And
so what if you say no?
Like, they're gonna still try to sell it to you. And then if you do buy one and say you only have like a 20, they want a $20 bill for the whole water.
You're not getting change.
Yeah,
I could get away with that because these guys literally pull up to the light and I do one of these. No. And they still do the service. And then they expect to get paid for it even though you said no. So now when I go into the city, I know the drill. I just have my dollar bill out. It's like my toll to get into the city. Like, don't even clean my windshield because you're doing a bad job, but here's $1. Please,
you leave me streaks.
Yeah.
Dude, they've gotten in so much trouble. The mayor actually like came in and gave them jobs because it was like causing so much like crime because they're just like they're kids that are young and they're not, you know, they don't have the best manners. That's the best way to put it. And yeah, when I was in the Dominican Republic years ago, before it was even a thing here, they had Squeegee Boys, but the guy used like he took somebody's windshield wiper like from the car and was using the windshield wiper as the squeegee. It was so good.
That's funny.
The worst was when I was in LA and they were handing out the CDs and they expect you to pay for it. Like some guy was handing out his CD and wanted you to pay for his CD.
Was he the one singing the CD?
Yeah, it's his CD. He's like I made the CD. It's like I produced it. He's like, you gotta give me money for my CD. Gives you a CD. You walk about 10, 15 yards, and then they come chasing you down for payment. And then you're like, you don't give it to him, and then he like just takes the CD back. Like I didn't even want it to begin with.
That's how 50 Cent started giving out CDs. Where do you play a CD now? That's the question.
That's true.
Is there CD players? I mean, cars don't have them. Jay, you know what a cassette is?
Yes, I know what a cassette is. But I can't tell you the last time I've used a CD. Now, there are certain instances where I still use disc because I play the game. So, like, if I go get on, like, NCAA 14, that's still on disc. And, like, A couple of games I have on disc, but mostly it's digital. But like the only way I will have a disc, like a physical disc now, is if I'm like playing the game. I'm not watching no movie on no disc or no CD or nothing like that.
So you don't go to the store to buy the new game anymore?
No, you just download it straight to your system.
Oh, so GameStop's going to be irrelevant.
It's already irrelevant.
It was relevant for a little bit when there was this little thing going.
Well, yeah, when you could short the stock, basically. But I mean, that's what it is for now. But other than that, I mean.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, when you knew it was kind of like trouble when like the PS5 comes out and they have a digital edition.
Yeah. See, I have the disc edition. But like I've probably put like one disc in there. Everything's pretty much downloaded.
Alrighty, everybody asking where the picks are. All let's just appease the masses. We'll get into it. Got a decent card here. We'll start with the 6:30 and work our way through the 7 o'clock slot. Got Butler Villanova. Got Syracuse NC State. Boston College Florida State. UCF West Virginia. Arkansas Texas A&M. Tennessee Missouri. Fordham Davidson. Kent State Ohio. Maybe we should have cut this one up into two slots because this is actually a pretty decent time slot. Eastern Michigan Buffalo. Iowa Michigan State. Got St. Louis Duquesne. Or what Duckanese, as Jay likes to call it. VCU UMass. Akron Toledo. Miami Ohio Western Mich. And Bowling Green Central Mich.
A lot of meat on the bone here.
Yeah, Costi, what do you like?
The first one I like, and I actually gave this out on my video, Michigan State. They're trending in the right direction right now.
What?
They're the team. They are. They've been balling. They've been healthy. That's the other thing. And quietly, look at them. The only time they lost was at Minnesota. They have 2 losses in their last 10. And they've been covering almost every game when they're winning. I don't see I was going the opposite direction. I know they just beat Wisconsin at home. But Iowa's lost.
Beat that same Minnesota team. You just gave credit to Michigan State too. You got to give them the credit for doing that. They beat Minnesota. I said you got to give Iowa the same credit for beating Minnesota that you just gave Michigan State credit for. You got to do that. Got to do that.
I don't like the spot for Iowa. Michigan State plays well at home, and Izzo gets his boys ready in February. They're definitely trending upward, and I'm willing to lay the points at Izzo's house with Iowa. And then the other one, I know this is not going to be a fan favorite either. Toledo at home against the Zips. I know, Jay.
Costi,
it's that kind of day, brother. I'm sorry, it's that kind of day. It's just totally that kind of day. We're just on we're not on the same wavelength today.
We're not, man. I don't like that. We usually are. I'm going the exact opposite way of Costi. I'm taking Iowa plus the points against Michigan State. Hey, these boys just beat Wisconsin, a ranked team. Yes, Michigan State is playing extremely well right now. Michigan State at home at this time of season does play extremely well, but I just feel like everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie knows that. And because of that, they're in this spot. They're overvalued. Kind of how I felt about Houston yesterday. Is Michigan State the better team? Yeah. But expecting them to win this game by double digits to me is insane. Like, a win, yes. But to dominate them, nah. Iowa, as far as I'm concerned, has a legitimate shot to go in there and beat them. Plus 450 or plus 415? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's college hoops. Plus 415, I think, hey, he's worth sprinkling a couple little dollars on it and hoping that they come out and play some decent basketball. So if they play their offensive style game and Michigan State's not necessarily hitting their shots, boy, Iowa will upset these boys. Michigan State is the reason they're not ranked. They're not as good as advertised. Playing better right now, but I'm not in love with their conference, so beating up on their conference doesn't do it for me. I think they're probably going to be a round one exit, Michigan State. I think Iowa is starting to actually get their footing together. I think they got a legitimate shot to beat them boys outright. And then I don't even know how in the hell you get to Toledo favored over Akron. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense.
You know I love revenge spots, man. You know I love it.
I know, and I do too, but it has to make sense. The revenge spot has to make sense, and this one don't make sense. Toledo favored to do it? Stop it. Like, college hoops, I feel like this season has been like the spot. Everybody knows what the spot is, and the books know what the spot is, and then they overvalue the spot. And that's my feeling here. In my opinion, Akron should still be favored. And then this has been my argument all year. I've been saying this all year. Akron should still be favored here. And then Toledo at the plus money would have been the spot to try to take them to win this game. But Toledo favorite just doesn't make sense to me. When I look at these two teams in conference, Akron has played the conference way better than Toledo has. Akron is playing the much better basketball right now. Yes, they failed to cover against Buffalo on the weekend. Still was a double-digit win, though. And they've already busted up Toledo this season. It wasn't even that long ago. It was a 7-point win, comfortable win. So, no. I'm taking the better team, playing the better basketball, that's played the tougher competition, that's already kicked the crap out of them at plus money. I'm sorry. Give me the Zips. I wasn't even going to talk about them games, but Costi was just talking some blasphemy, so I had to come in here and give y'all some knowledge. Give me Texas A&M. This is one I think that is a blowout. Arkansas has been dysfunctional all season. When you're dysfunctional, you stay dysfunctional. And on the road here, this seems like a spot where Texas A&M gets right at home and absolutely takes a team they're better than behind the woodshed. And I kind of like this slot a lot. Give me UCF. West Virginia's ass. I don't know who's the worst team in the Big 12, West Virginia or Oklahoma State. They both kind of have their moments where they do something, but for the most part, they're just a straight fade in conference play. UCF, they should hand them their 5th straight loss and kind of get back right in their own right. I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot of time, but Ruffolo gave us his big ass slot. I kind of want to take Butler. Butler, they just got busted up by Creighton after beating Creighton the last time they seen them. They got their doors blown off. Now they're out on the road. Villanova's playing well. Villanova probably wins the game. I think Butler does enough to keep it semi-competitive. Probably lose the game by like 5. Kind of like it's probably going to be a very nail-biter down to the wire. Butler's going to hit some BS to keep them within the number. I'm going to take Butler plus the points. I know it's not the best handicap, but this is how I see the game. Y'all know these games don't end the way we see it all the time. So sometimes you got to try to see the BS. I can see this being one of them BS games where Butler sneaks in the back door and gets the cover. I like the points there. A lot of games I just talked about, but I really like them all.
So I'm going to go with Big Ten home court, taking Michigan State. I can't get there with Iowa. The worst defense in the conference. Dead last in defensive efficiency. And I can't get there with them after they just got beat up by, who was it? They got beat up by Penn State. They gave up 89 to Penn State on the road, who might be the worst team in the Big Ten. And got blown out 78-66 against a Maryland team that's not known for playing offense. They're known for having a good defense in conference play. Did they just beat Wisconsin at home? Yes, they do play their best basketball at home. But that's been the case for the majority of the Big Ten this season. I mean, look at Northwestern, team that everybody loves. I think they're 7-0 at home, 0-7 on the road, or something like that. Same thing with Nebraska, 8-0 at home, 0-7 on the road. So, Big Ten home court has been the trend for the last 5 years, and it's something that I don't deviate from often.
But do you get my point? Do you get at least what I'm saying though? Like everybody now knows the trend, and the books know the trend. So do you not think that they try to overvalue the trend just a little bit? Like, should that line not be like 7, 6.5?
No, I mean, I think they know the trend, but the trend still keeps coming through. It's one of those things where it's just like, it's
until
one of those
it
things
doesn't, until it's overvalued, and that's just what
until
I
it's
think.
over.
I get
Yeah,
it. I'm with you guys. I like the spot. I get all of it, but the line should be 6.5, 7.
no, the line's right. Iowa's defense is terrible, and Michigan
But
State
that
at
offense
home.
can score some buckets. They can score some points.
I thought so too, but then they got held to 68 at Indiana, and they can score points, but when they score points, the defense doesn't show up. It feels like it's always something with Iowa. I mean, that same Wisconsin team they just beat at home, they lost to on the road 83-72.
And that same Minnesota win that y'all keep trying to credit Michigan State for, Iowa beat them too.
They did.
I don't know, man.
I think Minnesota's overrated, even though they have one of the best against the spread records in the country. Actually, maybe the best against the spread record in the country.
Double digits is insane to me. Y'all might be right. We'll see.
It did come down. It did come down from 10 to 9.5, and I was kind of waiting for that, but yeah, no, I can't get there with I can't get there even at 9.5. I can't get there with Iowa. I said in the video, it wouldn't surprise me if Michigan State didn't cover this one if Iowa snuck in the back door, but I think it's more likely that Michigan State blows them out here, or at least wins this one by 12, 13 points.
Yeah, it really comes down to if you have the right bet sizing on all your wagers and you're treating it like a business, losing the game isn't the end all be all. If you like the spot, you bet it, you monetize your entire day, and you look at daily returns versus individual games. So can they happen and somebody loses? Of course, anything could happen with a 9.5 point spread at back within conference. But, like I said in the video yesterday, do your homework and trust the process. It's what it's about. We do the same thing every day, and you stick by your guns. That's why we have different opinions. We shouldn't be agreeing on everything because we're all independent. So I love the banter. Love it.
Me too. That's why sometimes I love you guys. Sometimes I gotta question what the hell y'all be saying sometimes.
That's okay.
And just like y'all do to me.
You analyze differently. Yeah.
Just like y'all do to me.
The other one I like here is like Boston College plus the 3.5 against Florida State. I just think these two. I think it's a coin flip. I think this should be a pick 'em. I think it should be maybe Florida State -1. Boston College getting 3.5. I think it's a decent enough team to keep this one close.
Them boys been hooping recently.
It's a bubble game for both teams, so I mean, both teams need to win, and I think it's just going to come down to the last shot. So, I mean, Boston College and the points, and then with Jay on Texas A&M though, I can't get there with Arkansas. I think I'm done.
I'm done too. They dysfunctional.
This team's broken. I had so much. I had such high hopes for Arkansas coming into this year. I saw the transfers that they had. Eric Musselman, normally a tournament coach, and for everything that's happened, all the off-court issues, it's bad. And I think this team I think they're looking for a place to lie down. I think they're ready for the season to be over and just move on to next year. Just wash themselves of this. So give me Texas A&M for another win here. I can't get there with Arkansas. And I guess we just finish out the other half of the card because I again it was a big slot, but
yeah, we can.
we broke it down. We didn't skip through anything. So.
Nah, yeah, we did. We ain't skip them. That's why I kind of tried to go through a handful of games in that slot.
All right, then we'll do it. We got Southern Indiana Morehead State, which still doesn't have a line, which is weird.
Don't see one either.
Ball State, Northern Illinois, probably the game that everybody wants to talk about. UConn, Creighton, Pitt, Wake Forest, Baylor, BYU, TCU, Texas Tech, Maryland, Wisconsin, San Diego State, Utah State, San Jose State, Boise State, Wyoming, Nevada, and close it out with San Francisco and St. Mary's. Costi?
Look, I'm not going to make this too complicated. I saw Creighton play in person. They are not that good. I know their record is good. I know they're 15th in the country. UConn, again, it could be a bad spot for UConn. Being on the road, being the unanimous number one, blah, 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 blah. You could say all the things. You could make a case for a letdown spot. I'm not buying it. I'm telling you, I watched Creighton play. They literally struggled against Georgetown for majority of the first half. And I can't get there. I think it's a 2.5 on the road. UConn is elite at every position and coach. Even though Creighton's got an amazing coach, I just can't get there with Creighton. I love UConn in the spot. They've been balling, and they're playing their best basketball right now. And then secondly, I'll take the points with Baylor. I'm not buying into. I know BYU is exceptional at home. I know everything about why BYU should be the right side to take down Baylor, but 4.5 is too much. Maybe if it was 1.5, 2, I would take the money line on BYU, but getting 4.5 in my back pocket, I'm definitely going to sprinkle something on the money line on Baylor as well. They're getting healthy, and that's important for this team. Their matchups, the reason why the line is 4.5 is because Baylor in their last 10, they're 6-4, but they had those subpar losses early on in end of January. So I can't get there. Their only loss of late was at Kansas, and they only lost by 3, and they were in that game for a majority of the game. Beat Iowa State at home. We know how good Iowa State is. I think Baylor's just in that mode right now, and they're a tournament team, and I love taking those type of teams late in February. Give me 4.5 all day with Baylor. That's and the third one, San Diego State. I have them going to the Final Four. They're hooping. Another one, take points in my back pocket. Probably not going to bet this game big. It's going to be a smaller play, but I wouldn't be surprised if San Diego State handles business at Utah State.
Costi, man, I don't think we've ever had one of these days, man.
Oh, God.
I don't. One of us probably going to be excited, and one of us is going to be just devastated because I'm going the opposite on both of those as well, man. I'm taking Creighton at the crib, taking the Blue Jays. If there was a day where them Huskies was go down, I think it's today. Creighton, they starting to heat up, man. They absolutely kicked the crap out of Butler on Saturday. I was so mad that I didn't have Creighton, bro. I was so mad at myself. I'm starting to see something from the last 3 games. Creighton, I think, is starting to be the team that we once thought they were going to be. At the start of the season, I thought Creighton could do some real damn damage this year. Then it was stretched during the season, and I was like, bro, these boys is just overrated. These boys, they don't got it. They don't got it. Recently, I've been back on the, oh, yeah. This the team I thought y'all was. Creighton, let's do it. I'm back on the Blue Jays today. I'm going to take a money line home dog, man. That's what I'm going to do personally. Everything Costi said, I understand. I'm not mad at his handicap in that game. I'm just on the other side. In that Baylor game, this game is I kind of feel about this game how he feels about that San Diego State game. I'm going to bet this game very minimally. I've said this a lot here on this show this year. I love taking Big 12 home teams. I wish this line was like 2.5. And if it drops throughout the day, I'm probably going to bet BYU. I don't want to lay over a bucket is the problem. Over a bucket makes my stomach hurt. But I do think BYU wins this game at home. The Big 12 home teams, bro, them boys be hooping. Baylor, they've been playing extremely well recently. I think that I kind of felt the same way about Baylor that I felt about Creighton. I was like, this is not the same Baylor team, man. They were better in years past, but there's been stretches recently where I've been like, damn, Baylor might go and get it done. I just think it's a bad spot for them today. I think this is probably their last loss until the tournament play. And they probably avenge this loss in tournament play over BYU on a neutral site. I think BYU wins this game. 3.5 makes my stomach hurt, though. If I can get 2.5 or 3 later today, I'm probably going to bet it. Right now, it's just a small lean on BYU. I'm going to take Texas Tech, Roof, against TCU. Kind of the same thing I said. I love my Big 12 home teams. TCU, good team, really good team. But that last game against KSU, they did pull it out. I thought they probably should have been a little more dominant there. I don't know. Revenge spot at home as well for Texas Tech. The line's kind of high. Line is kind of high. But them Big 12 home teams will be balling. I'm going to lean Texas Tech. And then last game I'm going to talk about, give me Maryland. Give me the Terps, bro. Wisconsin is just ass. It just is what it is. They're free falling. And until they wake up and do anything, I'm not trying to lay this big of a number with them. Like, they've been getting smashed. They no longer ranked. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a bounce back spot at home for them. But to do it by this margin still is kind of insane to me. I think their record is kind of why the line is so big. I think Maryland does enough to keep it fairly competitive. I want the points in my pocket. Give me the Terps. That's all I got for this.
Baylor's they have Houston next after BYU, and then they both have Houston. Then they get I think they have somebody terrible, and then they have Kansas. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, they got
they got TCU.
They got Houston at the crib though. I don't think they're losing.
And Kansas at the crib.
That's what I'm saying. I really think BYU wins this game today, and then Baylor uses it as extreme motivation to just beat up on Houston in the next one. That's how I see it. But I don't know if 3.5 makes my stomach hurt a bit. And then they got Kansas at home too. So that's why I said what I said. I think they get them both at the crib. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to take Boise State. I'm going to lay the big number against San Jose State. Boise State, their last couple home games have taken advantage of some terrible opposition. I mean, last time out they beat Fresno, and Fresno had I think only 5 players that had averaged 4 minutes or more per game this season. They're just injury ravaged, so Boise State beat them by 30. San Jose State, they're healthy, but they're not much better. I mean, 1-9 on the road, 3-6-1 against the number. And they've got their teeth kicked in road spots already as well. I mean, they lost by 19 to Colorado State, 30 to Nevada, 21 to Utah State. Yeah, it's all bad for San Jose State right now. And Boise State, I think at home, they're just a different team. So give me the Broncos in that one. And give me St. Mary's at home against San Francisco. I know it's a big number considering San Francisco's won 6 in a row. But this St. Mary's team's doing it all on both ends of the floor right now. They have a defense that can suffocate anybody on any given night. They already beat San Francisco in their own gym by 17 points earlier this season. I know revenge spot for San Francisco, but St. Mary's is the class of the West Coast Conference this year, and I'm not trying to step in front of them. I mean, this team looks legit, and if they can carry this kind of pressure over into the NCAA tournament, we may see a very deep run into the tournament for St. Mary's. Yeah, this St. Mary's team is really legit. I think I'm going to take Pitt plus the 5.5 against Wake Forest. Pitt's playing well right now. Wake Forest is as well, but to me, this is just a case of too many points. I could see this one coming down to the final shot in what I think is a game that's going to be a big bubble game for both of these teams. I mean, both have solid records, both have great records in conference play. Yeah, I think 5.5. Just too many for Wake Forest to be laying in this spot, so give me Pitt. Any other games you guys missed that maybe you wanted to touch on real quick?
Buffalo favored is insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Like, it don't even make sense, bro. It don't even make sense. Now, it's the same shit I've been saying. Would I be surprised if they won the game, Chris? No. And I feel like in years past, the line would have been Eastern Michigan minus 3.5, and Buffalo would win as an underdog at plus money. But for them to be favored to do it, I think it's overvalued. Like, it don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. So I'm gonna take the better team. I'm gonna take the plus money with Eastern Michigan. I'm sorry. Just to play on the number. It's the play on the numbers. Like, in my head, guys, I come up with my own number. Like, I come up with where the number should be. And I do it in the NBA, I do it in the NFL, I do it in college hoops. And if the number look off, I'm gonna tell you it look off. And that number look off. My line in that game is Eastern Michigan minus 2.5. Why the hell is Buffalo favored? Can they win the game? Yes, they can. But should they be favored to do so? No. That was just one more. That was just speaking to me right quick.
Buffalo's so bad at home, too. I have no idea either. It's one of those games that I look at, like, none of my groups gave me the game, so I digged into it myself, and I can't see it. And if I can't see it, I usually just don't play it. Just something doesn't make sense. I don't have enough information about these two teams to make a judgment like why Buffalo would be favored regardless.
I don't either.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, now that the line came out, let's see, one came out. Morehead minus 16. Give me Morehead State. I like this Morehead State team. They're the best team in the Ohio Valley. Southern Indiana.
Renzo. I'm sorry, Chris.
Southern Indiana, not good. But anyways, go ahead. I
was gonna say Renzo. That's a good point. You are making a good point, and I had the mercy in that game. I saw the path. I don't see the path in this one. I don't know.
Yeah, part of me wonders if somebody knows something.
Yeah. SI-35, yes, I do miss the jam session. Yes, I do.
It's coming. We coming Thursday. We coming. Hashtag we coming Thursday. I miss Mitch and the do not bet list. None of these, like, we don't even touch on them. No NBA. There's no list. It's very peaceful.
Barney says that's the path. Someone knows something. They might, bro. They might. See, and for me in college hoops, I got that feeling sometimes where I'd be like, yeah, somebody might know something. Kind of like last night. Like, somebody knew something about that Virginia Tech. They knew something. In the NBA, I don't do that. In the NBA, hell no. They don't know nothing. In the NBA, they don't know nothing I don't know. It's how I be feeling.
Well, see, when you deal with college basketball, it's much softer markets, especially in these sub-conferences, that the lines are not nearly as sharp because the handle is not nearly as big. So usually with NFL, with NBA, I mean, the lines are moving correctly based on the fluctuation of people putting money down versus sharps early, recreationally in the middle and late, whatever it is. But with college basketball, you just don't get that handle. I mean, I can't imagine a huge handle on Buffalo, Eastern Michigan out of this board if you're an entertainment bettor. So
I get what you're saying.
There's not a lot of movement. And, the opening number is really all analytics. It really is. I mean, there's really not much else that goes into it. And the injury issues are not nearly as big of a deal with college, unlike NBA. There's no rest management. So
Let me ask y'all a question.
There's a lot of variance.
Let me ask y'all a question. I already know the answer to it, but I kind of want to hear you say it. Are you smarter than the computer? Are you smarter than it? Do you know the game better than the computer? That's what we playing every day. Do you know the game better than the computer? Roof?
No, I don't.
You don't? You don't think so?
Actually, yeah, I do. Why not? Sorry, I'm distracted with something behind the scenes.
Costi?
Of course, you have to be. You have to be cocky to the point where the only way to make money in this business is to have an edge. And the computer could set a number and the public could move it. If, like you said, Jay, you make your own number on the game, right? So if you see an advantageous line you're going to bet on and the public is moving it the other way, not only are you going to bet it at the right number that you like, but if it keeps getting better, you're going to keep putting more money on it. That's how sharps make a lot of their money. If they believe in their due diligence and their homework that they did that morning and the line keeps getting better, they're not just stuck at that number. Like I talked about this the other day. I had UCLA -2 Sunday night and I lost the game, right? To Utah. The line went to 5. Why had people commenting going, oh, well, the line went to 5, you lost? I said, no, honestly, maybe you don't hear this because you don't deal with professional betting syndicates. I'm happy about the loss. Like, I'm happy. I want to be happy if my line is better than the closing price. And you don't get that as much. Like we did, back in football, we would do the early sharp releases on your jam session when we did like the 4:00 jam sessions for football before NBA started. And I was getting the better price. And then you saw the example come Sunday where I won, the public either pushed or lost. And if you maximize that over like thousands and thousands of games, you getting the best price is beating the computer. So you just have to stick to your homework, be due diligent every day. And no matter the short-term outcome, the business side of betting is buying something low, just like buying a low stock price. You're getting in at that comfortable best price. And then, unfortunately, not everything goes as planned. But if I have a 3-point advantage versus the market rate at close, it's called a positive expected value. I'm okay with the loss. I would be upset at times when I win the bet, but the line closed the wrong way. That means something that I'm doing is not correct. And my homework's not correct. So it's crazy to think that even when the line closes bad and I win the game, sometimes I'm not content with the win. And that's like the next level of being a pro, what it takes.
Shouty. I'm fighting that computer every day. Man,
every day.
Ring. 12-round boxing match. Let's do it. No. Some days he be beating me up, bro. Some days he be beating me. Some days I be beating his ass up too. So it's a love-hate relationship. Some days he right. Some days he knows something, man. Some days the computer can just look at a game and see it a way you just can't see it. And but some days I look at it and I be like, computer or wise guy, whoever you want to attribute it to, I don't see how the hell you got there. I don't even know how you got there. And I think you overcomplicating it, and I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm just going to do this right here. And I think a lot of times that's probably one of my favorite things to do. It's probably one of my favorite spots is try not to overcomplicate it. Try to find the spots where the computer probably overcomplicated it, and try to find those soft spots. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, in certain sports, most definitely, the computer's better than me. But in others, hell no. Nope. Never will be. Never. That's how I feel. Now, Roof, let's circle back. Let me ask you one more time. The computer better than you?
No.
There you go.
No.
What do you think, Jay, in NBA, like, I believe NBA is such a situational sport, and because you're so dialed in every day is that your success comes from it. because the computers in the NBA set a number, but you don't know what's really going on until the next morning shoot around. So you really don't. And if you're not following it and you're catching, so you're doing the same thing. See, with NFL, I'm looking at numbers, don't really care about the players or the teams outside of my screens that I'm looking at. But for you, I mean, we do this every day. So when NBA's rolling, you like a price, you see the shoot around, and honestly, you're catching that best price before the line moves till after the reports come out from that shoot around. So that's like, you have to be on it. And that's another version of you beating the computer.
Yeah. I don't know. NBA, I feel like there's NBA, there's a real human element to that game. Like, there's a real human element to the NBA game. College hoops, I'm gonna be honest, I'm still finding my way in the grand scheme of things in college hoops. College hoops has so much volume that it's hard to key in and find that human element in every team every day. Same thing kind of with college football. Somebody who's really good at that, the guy hosting the show, especially in them college sports. Ruffolo is really good at that. College for me, though, it's a little tougher to try to find, that human element in some of these college players that I, quite frankly, don't know the most about. But like me, somebody who's on Twitter every day, I'm in NBA Twitter. I'm in it. I'm in it every day. Like, as soon as something happens, it hit my phone. Like, and I'm there. I notice what happens. You know what I mean? I know the ins and outs. I kind of know the little small dramas going on. And I feel like all of that kind of plays a part into it. The computer don't know all that. You know what I mean? It's still such a human aspect to it. But sometimes it is in the numbers. So it's and I've been trying to do more numbers here recently too, to try to balance it out and try to find the discrepancies. But hey, man, that's why we love this game we play.
But there is something to be said for the eye test, and I get the case to
True.
be made for. I get the case to be made sometimes that the eye test and the numbers tell you two different things, and one's going to be right and one isn't going to be right. Sometimes they align, sometimes they don't.
True.
But at the same time, it's just like at a certain point, you have to trust your numbers or you trust your eye test. We're all different, and we all play the situation. We all back the situation depending on how we cap these games. So.
True.
So, sometimes, Jay and I might not just agree on a game, but, it's because maybe we see it two different ways. Maybe our eye tests are two different eye tests because based on how we view the game, but it doesn't mean necessarily one side is right and one side is wrong. It just means that we would take different paths to get there.
And then, so we had I'm
just trying to help y'all in the comments be a better. It's like, you know what I mean? Anybody can look at a board any day and just pick a game and say, I think this team is going to win. Anybody can do that. But when you do this every single day, 365, like all three of us up here do, it turns into something a little different. And you got to learn how to beat them over time. I'm not just trying to win today. I'm not just trying to win tomorrow. I'm trying to stack winning weeks. I'm trying to stack winning months. I'm trying to stack a winning year. And all of this plays a big part into doing that. Not that long ago, I was a parlay bettor too. I'll just put $10 on a 14 parlay on a Monday and just pray it hit. I used to be there. Like, I was there. But that's not the game we're playing now. Now I'm looking at the board and I'm trying to find 3-4 games, play them singly, hit them hard. And I know if I trust my spots, trust the homework, again, over a week, over a month, over a year, I'm going to beat the book and I'm going to have a great amount of profit. And that's what I'm trying to help some of you guys understand.
I mean, we had years ago, I used to deal with a gentleman named Kenny White. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not. Good friend of mine, used to work for Don Best, and he had a second half only. It's called the PACE system. So for college basketball, so it's the eyeball test in the first half. If you play the foul game, especially in college basketball, certain guys really don't play the first half because they got into early foul trouble. Now, looking at that number at halftime, you could find value because in the second half that team has got all their players to come back. So that's another way to beat the system is having an eyeball test in the first half and then tracking the pace of play to be able to get there in the second half. And he was only a second half betting model. So that stuff takes work. You have to be available to place the bet with that 15-minute window because in college it's only 15 minutes. So, and you have to be on top of it all evening. So are you going to put in the work to be a successful sports bettor where you can make a passive income doing this? If you want to bet it and forget it and live your life, I get it. More power to you, but you're not going to make nearly as much money if you're not totally dialed in 7 days a week.
And no, I don't think Manoa's going to be a meatball thrower this season. For whoever said that.
Hey, I've been seeing some clips, Roof. I've been seeing some clips. Our guy might be back.
He's leaning out. He's looking ripped. So is
our guy might. Our guy might be back, man. Hold on, man.
You see, what's his name hit a home run in his first at bat?
Who's that?
Who?
Ohtani.
Oh,
I saw his batting practice, the first one. I didn't see any live at bats from recently.
Oh man, it's just a robot. Such a robot. Baseball.
I gotta
coming.
get to visit Roof and go to a Blue Jays game this year. Gotta do it.
I'll come up.
I'm down.
We'll take Jay to the Niagara Falls. Take him to the Maid in the Mist. We'll get you a little poncho that comes with it.
I've been before.
Throw him in the barrel over the falls.
We'll get you in the barrel over the falls. If the Mavericks don't win the title and they go to the finals and they lose in 7, we'll just put them in the barrel.
We'll see when the Rangers come up to Toronto.
All right, I'm gonna look here in a second.
Gosh,
Rod, I have one of those.
About the O's, the O's are going to come up at least 12 times.
Yeah.
I got this one, Rod. Somebody made me this one. I got to make it. You? Yeah, it's me.
What shoes are you wearing?
I don't know. What
do you mean? That's the most important part. Tell me somebody made you in the.
It's like he's wearing Crocs.
Hey, don't.
I'm not knocking Crocs. I'm just saying it's what it looked like. They just looked like.
Friday there's going to be a special appearance by the Merce when Mitch is back. Yeah, I didn't want to break it out.
You see him with the hat with the.
Okay, he's got money in his hand. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I think I got to get one made now. Yeah. I'm gonna make. Can they have a beard? I'm gonna have one made for Eric.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to make it.
Oh, please, definitely. I'm doing that today. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it today. I got to make sure that Baylor cashes and Michigan State cashes, then I have enough money to afford to buy Eric one.
Comes with a bike in the background. Comes with a removable bike.
Yeah, clips on.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. Oh my God, that is so good.
All right.
Talk some hockey, man. Ruffolo fiending to talk about hockey.
I am. I'm just trying to, again, appease the masses. Everybody's been talking about it since we started college hoops. So, all right. Jeez, that's funny. All right, where am I? I'm losing my mind here. All right, Costi. Before I do you have any NHL for today, or should it just be me and Jay for this one?
I am exclusive for the rest of the show, answering questions in the comments while you guys talk about NHL.
All right, so me and Jay here. So we got an 8-game card. We'll split it 4-4. I'm starting to lose my voice. Got Ottawa and Florida. Got Dallas and the Rangers. Got the Islanders and Pittsburgh. And New Jersey, Washington.
Man, so I feel like my free picks in hockey have been on a heater. And then my premiums, I've been on the Coyotes, so you know how that's been going. With that being said, let's give out some free picks in hockey, man. They've been hidden. I'm taking my Stars, bro. I know we done lost back to back. I know the Rangers coming off a huge win. At this plus money price, I gotta take a shot. Rangers is red hot, bro. They red hot. They comfortable at the crib. I gotta take a shot on the Stars at this plus money price. That's all I got. And I know it's a bounce back spot, or not a bounce back spot, but it's a revenge spot at home as well for the Rangers. I get why the price is where it's at. I understand all that. But even the 2 games the Stars lost, they were competitive, OT and shootout. I'm taking the Stars at plus money, bro. Is it a little homerish? Yeah, I'll admit it. But I think these 2 teams are like dead even. I really, really do. I think if these 2 teams played each other 100 times, the Stars would win 51 and the Rangers would win 49. So I'm taking the Stars. Let me see. What else do I like in these first 4? I kind of like the Islanders, the Romanellis, against the Penguins. The Penguins, I don't know who they are. Like, they just, I don't know. They're just so inconsistent. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Double revenge spot for the Islanders as well. Looking to end this little losing streak. I know they're coming off a pretty significant homestand. Hey, y'all know me. I love attacking plus money in hockey. So the 2 for me in this first slot, give me the Stars and the Islanders both at plus money.
I'm just going to disagree to be difficult. I like the Penguins there. Anytime I see, the Islanders have been just...
They've been terrible too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been hard to get behind them. The Penguins, yeah, is it a crap spot for the Penguins? Maybe, but like Jay said, some people see it as double revenge. I see it as the Penguins beating up on the Islanders 10-1 in the first 2 meetings this season. So I'm going to stick with the Penguins here. Maybe it's a fate of the Islanders more than anything else right now. They came out of the All-Star break hot. They beat the Leafs and they beat the Lightning. But I think I got to go Penguins in that one. I don't love the price anymore. Maybe some people can use it as a parlay piece, but I like the New Jersey Devils against Washington. They play better on the road, and Washington's still dead in the water to me. So give me the New Jersey Devils. I just think the Devils are the better team, playing better hockey. And we'll go to the other 4. Got the Wild and the Wild and the Jets. Got the Canucks and the Avalanche, Predators and Golden Knights, and the Blue Jackets and the Kings.
Alrighty. Roof, I need a little help from you in this segment. Hey, my +2 plus money cash yesterday. My +2.5 cash yesterday with the Hurricanes. I'm gonna try to do another one here.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
it did. It cashed yesterday.
It did.
I'm gonna try to do it again here. I'm gonna do it with the Kings. The Blue Jackets are just ass. They're just terrible. They're just terrible. The Blue Jackets are just terrible. Like, one of the worst teams in hockey. I think so. I know they just beat the Sharks. Whoop-de-damn-do. Coming back home, I think the Kings win this game. Like, I think the Kings win this game 3-0. Is I think going to be the score here, 3-0. What price am I getting Ruffolo on the 2.5 in this game or 2? I see this as a 3-0 Kings win.
To be honest, I didn't look because I had the other side.
For real?
I have the Jackets +1.5.
Okay.
The Kings for me the Kings probably win, but they
and they haven't just been blowing.
I could see 3-0. I honestly could. +175 on 2.5.
+175. I think it's worth a shot at +175. Like, if To me, Ruffolo, if there was a spot they were going to blow out a bad team, this is the spot. You know?
Okay.
So that's why I want to kind of try to play it that way. Would I be surprised if the Blue Jackets covered? No, they covered earlier this season, 4-3 at home. Take a shot there on the Kings at that plus money price, and then I'm just going to take a straight money line here. Give me the Avs over the Canucks. This game kind of gives me the same feeling that the Maple Leafs game gave me yesterday. I hit damn near every free play yesterday and missed the only one I put in the premium. I had the Maple Frauds yesterday. I told you the Maple Frauds be doing me good. They be doing me well. The Maple Lads be doing me well, man. I kind of got that same feeling I got here in this game that I had about the Maple Leafs, where it's like the should the line probably be minus 150? Probably not. The Canucks, they have been really good at certain spots this season, but the way they've been playing recently, they just gave up 10 goals to the Wild. Oh my God, that's wild. They're not in good form right now. They've lost back-to-back. I don't see this as a get-right spot on the road. Give me the Avs, man, at home. I just think they win the game. They beat up on the Canucks earlier this season at home, 5-2. I'm not sure if they do it that dominant, but I do think they win it. Very rarely do I just take money lines, especially laying juice in hockey, but I like the Avs in that spot today. So, Avs and lay the wood with the Kings.
Given Jay's free pick record, maybe it's not good that he's on the island opposite me, but I gotta take the Blue Jackets plus the 1.5 just because I see a 17-9 puck line record for the Blue Jackets. They've been competitive, and the thing for me is that the Kings, they play their best hockey on the road, and that's where their last 3 wins have all come. They've won 4 of their last 5, and they did shut out Edmonton, not the only game they were at home since the All-Star break. But as bad as Columbus has been, I still think they can maybe battle here. I mean, they took Vancouver to overtime. They beat Calgary. They beat St. Louis. So maybe they battle here. It's not my favorite game, but I mean, I like the value plus 1.5. And I'm on the Canucks. I was initially on the Avs going into that game, but I saw for Vancouver it was the backup to Smith yesterday. So now their better goalie Thatcher Demko's looks like he's gonna get the start here, and it's still plus money with one of the best teams in hockey. It's hard for me to pass it up. I get it. The Avalanche are 21-5 at home this season, and it's really hard to go against that, but it's hard for me to pass on the plus money with the Canucks in that spot. So I think I lean towards Vancouver there. All right, parlay time.
Parlay. When Coyotes messed up our get rich parlay yesterday, the Ducks came through at the whatever it was, plus 175. Coyotes had the lead going into the third. I was turned. I thought we was finna make some cash yesterday on a Monday, money making Monday. And then the Coyotes just fell apart. It was sad. But let's do it again today, man. Come on, man. Let's get rich on a Tuesday with a money making parlay. I'm gonna cook one up. What you got for us, Costi?
Parlay.
Parlay.
All right. I gotta pay for the Eric doll, so there's gotta really step it up here. UConn, Texas Tech, St. Mary's.
Boston College. Ruffolo kind of brought that to my attention. That's the right play. Boston College. Eastern Mish. Hey, we're trying to get rich on these parlays. Like, we straight betting to make some cash. We're trying to get rich on the parlays. That's what I do. You know what I mean? You're going to lose the parlay anyway trying to make money, so you might as well try to get rich. That's how I do it. So with that being said, we're going to take all 3 of these dogs, money line, and pray for a miracle. Maryland Terps, money line against Wisconsin. Wisconsin's not playing well right now. Them boys can be beat outright. Eastern Michigan, Buffalo shouldn't be favored over anybody. So Eastern Michigan money line and Boston College money line. They can go in there and beat Florida State. 3-teamer, money line dogs. Let's get it done.
For me, I'm going to go with Texas A&M. Let's go with a couple blowouts. Texas A&M.
Okay.
Boise State. And St. Mary's.
You got the dog parlay from me, and you got the blowout parlay from Roof. There you go.
I think that's it. Appreciate everybody for joining us today.
What you selling today?
Oh, right. My bad. Yeah, good call. Go on. You go first.
Today for sale, fellas, I got my college hoops player of the day. We cashed it yesterday with Iowa State. It was a sweat, boy. Woo, was it a sweat? But it was the right side, right play. We cashed it yesterday. Trying to cash another one today. And then I have a NHL play. I have 3 plays total for you guys today. 2 in Major League, not Major League Baseball. I'm ready for Major League Baseball to be back. I got 2 in college hoops, and I got 1 in hockey. We'll be back with the NBA on Thursday. So best thing to do, always hop on something long term. You can pair me up with Ruffolo here. You can join my All Access Club through Costi as we get ready for the NBA coming back up. That's what I got going on. So yeah, let's make some money this week.
Costi, what do you got going on today?
So today, I don't sell anything daily. Everything we do is long-term trading with our different groups that we have access to. Eric just texted me 5 minutes ago. We cashed a plus 150 tennis ticket on his dime club. We were 5-0 in college baseball over the weekend. When everybody else is looking, everything else, we're sitting there smacking college baseball in February, which is unheard of. And then on top of that, we have a college basketball group. And if you want to jump on NBA, Jay's All Access. So we sprinkle everything around. So if you're a bigger player, the point of being a bigger player with these programs is you have to be able to handle all the volume. And if you have a smaller bankroll, your unit sizes will be too small. So if you're serious and you have a bankroll of 10K or more, preferably way more to handle all the volume, shoot me a text 775-636-7674. Completely free consultation, not intended for anything more than finding out if this is for you, and it may not be. So, but feel free to shoot me a text.
Same number for the All Access too.
Same number for the All Access. You just got to say All Access, and I'll put you on Jay's Telegram channel. What do we finish the first half of the season? 105?
108?
105 units. 108, yeah, 108. 108 units in the first half of the season. So if you're betting 1,000 a unit, you would have made over 100K. So it's there. You just gotta stick to it, follow it. That's it.
Me and Kyle, it's an insane season. We don't toot our horn probably enough for the amount of units we would put up in the All Access Club first half of the season. Y'all heard what he said. At $1,000 a game, bro, 100 bands, 100K, not 100 bands, 100K. It's insane. Like, that's insane. If you want to take back the NBA seriously, think about joining. And then, you know, at the premium side, we're putting up great units as well. So one's a higher ticket, one's not as high as a ticket, but they both should get you to your end goal.
Yeah, for me today, I got college hoops play of the day for $19. I got an NHL power play. I'm going to have a 3-pack up for college hoops very, very shortly. Might have a 3-pack for NHL too, so definitely check that out. And like Jay said, best values to go long term. Whether it's just with either of us or pair us up with anyone else on the site, you know, definitely a great way to go. And remember to use for any daily purchases, use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off. But yeah, anyways, think we're all good. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I think Romanelli's going to join us tomorrow, so we'll see you guys then.
Peace.